very good morning to all of you. Welcome to this beautiful, divine, gorgeous, auspicious and the nearest temple which is within our own selves. My humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of my Guru, Baba Swami Ramdas of Anandashram, Kannangad, Kerala, and my most beloved parents. Now we are going through the Shlokas of Bhagavadgita, 13th chapter, Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga. Sri Krishna Paramatma says that, Arjuna, there is nothing else in this world except two categories. Even though there is only Kshetrajna everywhere, but it comes in two Vibhagas. One is Kshetrajna, the other one is Kshetra. If there is anything in which there is change any time, that comes under the category called Kshetra, including our body, mind and intellect, because they all undergo changes. Body, every fraction of a second, body undergoes changes. Similarly, mind and intellect, all these undergo changes, so they come under the category called Kshetra. Only Kshetrajna does not change any time. It is eternal, it is eternally the same. There is absolutely no change in it. So in case you find anything which does not have any change, then that is Kshetrajna. Do we find it so easily? It is there in the form of everything in this world, but it is not visible to us. Arjuna asked the question or raised a doubt, what is the difference between Prakriti, Purusha, Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnana, Jnaya? These 6 words he has used and differences between each pair. Now, in the first few shlokas, Krishna explained about Kshetra and Kshetrajna. Then from 8th shloka onwards up to 12th shloka, he explains about Jnana. In this particular chapter, Jnana means the values of life. The values that a sadhaka must follow. It is like pathyam. If you go to an Ayurvedic doctor, after diagnosing, the doctor prescribes the medicine. Along with the medicine, some kind of diet is prescribed. Don't drink coffee or tea or some spicy or oily items or some kind of diet which is relevant to that particular medicine. What is the purpose? If your body is not under a particular condition, then this medicine will not be effective. Just like when do we sow the seeds? In the fields, you observe the farmers. It is not that they sow the seeds whenever they want. There is a particular atmosphere needed for it. Maybe during rainy season or when the field is wet or so. Otherwise, it goes waste. Similarly here, when you take some Ayurveda medicine, some pathyam has to be followed. Some particular kind of diet is prescribed by the doctor. If we do not follow that, even if you take medicines, it will not be highly effective. It may have slight effect, but it will not be curing the disease immediately. So we have to follow the diet. Exactly the same way, what diet is for our body, the same way these values of our life, we have to follow them. If we do not follow Jnana Yoga or that particular Jnana, what they call as moksha, that will not dawn. That cannot come to us. Even if you do a lot of sadhanas, they may not be very effective because the body and mind is not prepared for it. So lot of time, number of years, number of births we take only for this preparation. How much of importance has to be given to this kind of preparation you observe. So from 8th shloka onwards, amanitvam, adambhitvam, ahimsa, kshantirarjavam. Manitva is feeling that I am great. I am the greatest person, rather I am greater than all these people who are there, whom I know. I am greater than them in different ways. Maybe through my knowledge or through my work. My work is more effective than them. My house is neater than them. My house is bigger than them. I have more number of items in my house. They do not have anything in their house. So this kind of feeling in the mind that I am greater, if you show it through your body actions, then that is called as dambhitva. If you show the same thing through your words, by your thoughts, then this is called as ahamkara. So one should be deprived of all those. We should forgo all those. Amanitvam, adambhitvam, then anahamkara. All these talk about our ego level. Ego level is high. Compared to others, I am greater. Ahimsa. Himsa in terms of 3 levels. Body level, mind level, as well as speech level. In all these 3 levels, we have to be extremely careful. Shanti is having patience. Kshama, titiksha, sahana, shanti, all these mean the same. Then arjavam. Arjavam is integrity among your thought, word and deed. You think something, talk something else, do something else. It is not arjavam, opposite of arjavam. Then acharya upasana. Whomever we consider as guru, one must love that guru, revere that guru, and more than anything, whatever the guru advises, those points have to be understood and implemented in our lives. This is the way we show our respect and love to guru. Otherwise, how do you show? How do we show our love to the guru? How do we show our respect to the guru? Just by prostrating at the feet of the guru. Can we go and hug the guru saying that I love you, guru? Possible. That is also possible. But just by doing that, we are not expressing our love to our guru. Whatever the guru prescribes, we must understand it, not simply implementing it, not a blind follower of the guru. Should understand that. In case we get doubt, then we must clarify that. Then follow that. This is the way we do upasana of our acharya. Sthairya, that is firmness. In whatever we take up, there should be determination. Not that one day we do this, next day we do something else. It should not be that way. Then very important one is Atma Vinigraha. This is extremely important. Here Atma means Sthula Sharira, the gross body, and the subtle bodies, Sukshma Sharira. We need to do some kind of exercise for the body so that the body is fit. This is like a vehicle. If the vehicle is not fit, how do you commute? It's waste of keeping the vehicle. Yes, I can keep my car in the shed. Say that I've got this beautiful big car. I've spent so much for crores on this. Can you drive that? Can you move that? Does it move? No, it doesn't move. Then what's the point in having that car? Same way, if we don't take care of the body, how will it take us to this particular destination called moksha? This is the means. We are using it so that we move forward in this adhyatma patha. The path of spirituality, we want to move forward. Obviously, we have to give importance to the body, but in a different way. How are we giving importance to it? We are pampering that. Pampering that in our own way. Wearing nice dress. Not that we should not wear nice dress. But the focus should not be only on that. This should be only side thing. Then, Indriya Vinigraha here is, one is all the Indriyas, Jnanendriyas and Karmendriyas. 5 Jnanendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas. Especially the tongue. Both as Jnanendriya as well as Karmendriya. As Jnanendriya, for taste. What all items we eat, you observe. It is sufficient if you eat for your sustenance of the body. But do we do that? Why do we do so many variety of tasty food every day? Today if you have dosa, tomorrow we don't want dosa. Just yesterday only we had this dosa. No. Tomorrow something else. Why? Just because of this tip of the tongue, the taste bud, only for the demand of that. So we must be careful. Not that we should not eat tasty food, but we should not have attachment to that. If there is less salt, no problem. That also we should be able to accept. Similarly, as karmendriya, why did God give us this tongue? So that we use it properly to talk sweetly. Speech should be short and sweet. Not that we speak long for hours and hours together and make all the others get bored in this. One should not be speaking in that. It should be short and sweet. How are we speaking? In what way are we speaking? We are speaking about our own selves. Self-glorification. Calm down. Even if you don't do something, we say that I am the one who has done it. Self-glorification, a big hurdle for all of us. Comes under the same manitvam, dambitvam, ahankara, all this. So we have to be very, very careful while using our tongue. First we should scan. What am I going to speak now? Is it scanned? If it is scanned, tick mark is there, right mark is there, let it come through the tongue. If there is a cross mark, no, absorb that. In a fit of rage, we talk nonsense. Later we repent. Why did I talk like this? I shouldn't have talked. But remember, once the words have fallen, we cannot take it back. We have already passed it on to the cosmos. We think that I am abusing this particular person. Remember, it is not only going to that person, you have gifted it to the cosmos. Once it is gone into the cosmos, it has its own route, its own way, law of karma. It definitely comes back to us with compound interest. Definitely comes back. This is the law of karma. So we have to be very, very careful in all this. So like this, 20 different virtues or values of life, Krishna is explaining and prescribing to all the sadhakas. We have seen 18 such different values. The last two were Vivikta Desha Sevitvam Aratir Janasamsadi. Janasamsadi, gathering. We attend so many different functions or gatherings, get-togethers. Once we have gone there, assume that we have spent some 2-3 hours. Well, no problem, fine, very fine. But then, after we come back, what happens? The mind is reveling in that. The food that you have taken there. What was tasty, what was not tasty, which item had more salt, which item had less spice. If at all little salt was added to that, then it would have been very nice. See how much we talk about that. We post the pictures of that also. Click pictures over there. We post those pictures in our groups in saying that, wow, wonderful food. You also go and have. How much of time we are wasting on all this. People may not think that it is a waste of time. I am explaining to others. What are we doing by explaining to others? They are also feeling, I should go there. Does it mean that we should not talk about it at all? No, definitely we can tell them, yes, this hotel is good, that reception was good, food was good. But how much time we spend on this? If at all we have an intention of having this goal as moksha, then definitely that is waste of time. We must question ourselves. What is my goal? If it is only to fulfill the desires of the worldly desires, then all these are not necessary. Even Bhagavadgita is not necessary. Probably you can simply do the parayana of that, and superficial meaning we can understand. We need not go deep into Bhagavad Gita at all, or any Upanishad or any Purana. We need not go deep. that. We can simply read the stories, wow, beautiful story, or she or he has explained it very well, nice, give certificates to that, those people who have uttered that, and let us enjoy. Not that we should not enjoy life also. Bhagavadgita or our Upanishad never says that I do not enjoy life. They say you enjoy life, be happy, be cheerful always. There is a wrong concept that if I eat very tasty food, then I am joyful. These are all wrong concepts. Person can be happy even without having any change in the food. The same food also can give us happiness, provided we know that happiness is not in the external world. It is in me. It is in my mind. Keep on telling them, training the mind. You can be happy without this. You can be happy with this. So we should be able to keep ourselves happy, cheerful always, and pass on this to everybody, whoever comes in contact with us. Pass on this happiness to others. Question ourselves, what am I passing on to others? Am I passing on happiness? Or by cribbing and grumbling, am I passing on something which is not required at all here? This we should be able to analyze our own selves. Then vivikta desha sevitvam, at least for a few minutes in a day, keep quiet in a place where do not people keep on coming. Even just before sleeping for 2 minutes also it is sufficient. Without any chanting or singing or anything, simply sit quietly. Vivikta desha sevitvam. We will move on to the next shloka where Krishna closes all the virtues. 2 more virtues are left now. Shloka number 12. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam tattva jnanartha darshanam etat jnanamiti proktam ajnanam yadatonyatha. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam. Every day you must read or listen to Adhyatma so that you gain that kind of knowledge. It is not that I attend the class, some class once in a month. Then after a month, oh, I remember. Then one more class. Not that. Or attend this class, attend that class, and so many different satsangas or so many different books that we read. We get totally confused because the perspective of one person may be slightly different from another person. So it varies. Not that the concept varies, but the perspective varies. So what happens? Since we do not have the proper understanding, we get confused. It happened to me also. I was reading a lot of different kinds of books and I used to go mad. What is in this book, what is said, it's contradictory in this book. So I used to write letters to Swami Satyanandaji of Anandashram. And one fine day he wrote to me, stop reading all books. From today you are not going to read any books. Stop it till I tell you. So I had to stop. Once you follow a guru, then whatever the guru says you have to follow. He said, no, you are getting confused. Don't read any books. Now what happens is, assume that right in front of your house, there is a heap of bricks. Lot of bricks kept for days and days like that. Then what happens? Every day you are seeing this, you feel that it's a heap of bricks. Waste, why don't do something be done by using this? It is kept like that. One fine day some person comes and builds a beautiful temple or a house or some kind of building. Then what do you tell your friends? Oh, right in front of my house, there's a beautiful temple. Why don't you all visit? See what happened? Earlier, the same bricks look like something kind of nuisance to you. Look so horrible. Early in the morning, I get up and see all these heap of mud and bricks and all. Now what happened? It is beautifully mixed together and constructed a building. Now you feel so happy about it. Just the difference is the same bricks, mud or cement, they used it properly and then constructed a building. This is what happens to us also. If we do not go systematically in this spiritual field, it becomes total haphazard. We are nowhere because of total utter confusion. So it is said that it should be done systematically. So he says, Adhyatma Jnana Nityatvam. Every day. It is not that once in a month, once in blue moon, once in 2-3 months I go to temple and listen to some satsanga, not sufficient. Then the last one is Tattva Jnana Artha Darshanam. Here Artha is the result or phala. By gaining this, getting this jnana, what do I gain? What is the result of getting this jnana? When we know that result, we give importance to this process also. When we observe the students of 12th standard studying for either for medical entrance, CA entrance or engineering entrance or whatever it is, they struggle for 2 years. Day and night they study. They do not even want to watch any movies because they get distracted. See how much of dedication is there just to get one seat over there. They know the value of that seat, medical seat in a particular college, engineering in a particular college. They know the value of it. When you know the value of the result, you know the value of the process. That is why Krishna says, Artha Darshana. What is the benefit that you are going to get by having this jnana? If you understand that, then you will give importance to all these values too. These values are nothing but what we call as dharma. If you follow this, mind is prepared, body is prepared, mind is prepared, intellect is prepared to receive that knowledge, or we call that as moksha. Otherwise, never people talk about it, listen through this ear and leave it to the other ear, or it may enter here if we may not be able to implement it all. So if we want to be implemented, all these values to be implemented in our lives, then we have to understand what it should be, how I should behave. Why am I behaving like this? Today I got angry. Why? What made me angry? What is the root cause for this? This way we should analyze ourselves and try to understand there's 20 such values that Krishna has prescribed. Let us try to understand first and try to implement them in whatever fashion it is possible for us. We may not be able to do it overnight. We may fail. But once we know that we have failed, then I want to pass. With that determination, we must go forward. Why? Because Krishna says, Etad jnanam iti prokta ajnanam yadato nyatha. This is called as jnana. Arjuna, these 20 values, I call it as jnana. Ajnanam yadato anyatha. Apart from this, do you know anything, Arjuna? Yes, I know this, I know that. We pat our own selves. I am good in this, I have got this talent, that talent. Wow. But what does Krishna say? He says it is ajnana. Only this is jnana. Rest everything is ajnana. So from a great height, he has just pushed us down. What is he doing? Taking our ego, a big balloon. Ego is a big balloon. This he has made. Oh, whatever I know, it is not jnana. That's what Krishna says. So what is jnana then? Learn this Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga. Understand what jnana is and try to implement this jnana. Here in this particular chapter, jnana means all these 20 values that Krishna has prescribed from shloka number 8 up to shloka number 12. Unless we follow this patyam, we will not get that at all. So we must follow this patyam if we want to surrender to that God whom we call our Roga Vaidya, not an Ayurvedic doctor or an allopathy doctor or homeopathy doctor. He is Bhavaroga Vaidya, who is going to give us cure to all our diseases. But we must follow whatever he says with the Shraddha, with the love we must follow. Then definitely he is the one who is going to give us this moksha, or we ourselves gain that moksha if we follow these rules or values of life, or another name for this values of life is dharma. Let us move on to the next one. Jneyam yattat pravakshami yajnatva mritamashnude anadimat param brahma nasattanna saduchyate. Jneyam. Till now, he talked about Kshetra, Kshetrajna and Jnana. From next shloka onwards, a few shlokas, he explains what is Jneya. Jneya is the one that should be known. What should be known? About which should you have knowledge? That is called as Jneya. Or another name is Kshetrajna, another name is Purusha. Different names are given. Many people call us by different names. Some people call me by name JYOTHI. Some people call me by the word Akka. Some auntie, atta, chitti or chikama. Like this different words people are using to address me, but the person is same. Similarly, it is the same thing, not a thing also, what we call as Purusha or Kshetrajna. Here he calls it as Jneya, about which should you have knowledge. That is Jneya. Yat, whichever is Jneya, that Pravakshyami, I am going to tell you, Yajnatva Amritam Ashnute. By knowing this, by having this particular knowledge about Jneya, you will attain Amritam Ashnute. You will attain Amritatva. No Marana at all. That means it is not the body. Asatoma Satgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. It is not that the body does not die. Body dies. But we realize that I am not this body, which means I am always eternal. I will eternally exist. I was existing earlier, now I am existing. In future also I will continue to exist, but not in the same body. Then, Anadimat Param Brahma, Anadi. No Adi is Anadi. This we have seen many times. There is no beginning, so beginningless and endless. Mat Param Brahma, and the one Param Brahma, not that Chaturmukha Brahma and that Param Brahma. Na sat na saduchyate, na sat na asat, na sat na asat, and not that sat and not that sat. Sometimes Krishna speaks in this kind of language, which creates confusion in us. What is this? Na sat. Sat means what is existing. Do you think I am existing? I am not existing. Na asat. Do you think I am not existing? I am not existing. I am existing. So if you say that he is existing, he will say I am not existing. If you say that you are not existing, he says I am existing. Both are correct. He is existing through some different bodies or something. Actually, if you speak, he is not anything of any of these. So both are correct. Or in another way, he is neither the cause nor the effect. What we call as cause and effect. We are here because of some cause. And what we do today will become cause for something else. That is effect. Sometimes we become cause, sometimes we become effect. Whereas he is neither sat nor asat. That is what is uchyate. It is said. Now here, Jneyam yattat pravakshami. What is to be known? There is a story. Once I have already narrated this. There was a boatman who used to use his boat for crossing. There were many people who used to cross the river because there were no bridges and all in those days. So one great person, one great professor, he boarded that boat and he wanted to cross. There was nobody else in the boat, only he and the boatman. So he got bored. They had to travel. The journey was almost 1 hour. So he asked him something about politics. What is happening today or yesterday? What has happened? Do you know that Mr. Siddaramaiah is going to swear in tomorrow in Bengaluru as Chief Minister of Karnataka? The boatman said, sorry sir, I don't know anything. Hey, you don't know this? Hey, you are ignorant about all this. No sir, I don't know to read. I don't have TV at home. I am a very poor man. Oh my God, you have not gone to school at all? You don't know to read and write? Chi. Such people, you're all cursed to our country or the universe. So he started abusing him. After some time, he asked something about mathematics, this blah, blah, blah. He asked, Portman said, sir, I don't know anything, sir. I'm sorry, sir. He felt really sorry to say that I don't know anything. And professor also felt very sorry. Gee, this person, why do you all exist in this world? So he started abusing in this way. After some time, there was a big storm. Because of the storm, water entered the boat. Little water entered the boat. What happens then? Then obviously, more and more water will definitely enter the boat. Then what happens? The boat is going to drown. Then the boatman asked, sir, I hope you know to swim. Because of the storm, water has entered the boat. Now the boat is going to drown. I hope you know to swim. I know to swim, sir. I'm going to swim and cross the river. I hope you'll also follow me. Now the professor said, no, I don't know to swim at all. What will happen to me? Boatman said, sir, I am swimming, sir. I am crossing the river and I will live happily, sir. Thank you for boarding my boat, sir. He just jumped and he swam across the river. What happened to the professor? Drowned. So, here he thought that he has all the knowledge and the boatman does not have any knowledge. He was cursing him. What happened then? Boatman survived. So here also Krishna says, only this is jnana. Whatever you know, anything else, that is ajnana, he says. We feel that I am a doctor, I am an engineer, I am a lecturer, I am a satsanga, I conduct satsanga, I know so much of things. How much of ego is there? Understand that Krishna says this is all ajnana. Because by having this knowledge, are you able to swim across the samsara sagar? If at all you can, then I will call it as jnana. If you cannot, stay back. Stay in the samsara. Again, punarapi maranam, punarapi jananam. Take that. Okay, be there. Happy there. Are we happy? This is a question that we have to question our own selves. Am I happy here? For how long am I happy? For a fraction of a second afterwards, something else has happened. Some phone call comes and start crying, worry, anxious, anxiety, tension, stress, strain. What is not there? Yes. So he says, Nyayam yattat pravakshami and etat jnanam iti proktam ajnanam yadatonyatha. Next shloka, shloka number 13. Sarvata panipadam tat sarvatokshishiro mukam sarvata shrutimaloke sarvamavritya tishkhati. Just now he said, I am not na sat, na asat. So probably Arjuna has got a doubt. What does it mean? If it is not sat or asat, then how do I understand? So immediately Krishna could understand, oh, Arjuna is having some doubt. Let me clear that. Sarvataha panipadam. Everywhere you see hands. Everywhere you see feet. Whose feet are they? Whose hands are they? Mine, Arjuna. Similarly, tat sarva, sarvato akshi. Akshi is eyes, shira, head, mukha, face, shruti. Shruti is ears, through which you hear is shruti. That is, another name is, for Vedas also we call as shruti because what is heard. Loke, in this loka, whatever hands, feet, head, eyes, face, ears, what you see is all these sarvamavritya tishtati. And the one who is there in all these. Just like how we have gold ornaments. Variety of gold ornaments that we have. We may have chain, earrings, bangles, finger rings, etc. But finally, when you see, what is it? It is gold only. When they weigh that, you take them to the jeweler, when he weighs it, he does not say this is chain and he weighs it separately. No, he weighs them together. All these are gold. Similarly, all of us are here, but he says that It is not only the bodies, all objects also. He says, that is me. This is what comes in Purusha Sukta. Sahasra Shirshaha Purushaha Sahasrakshaha Sahasrapa. The first line starts with like this only. Sahasra Shirshaha Purushaha. That Purusha has got Sahasra Shirsha. Sahasra does not mean only 1,000. Means it's a big number. That is why it is said as Sahasra. Sahasra Akshaha. Sahasrapa. All 1,000 padas, 1,000 hands. All are me only. Next shloka. Sarvendriya gunabhasam sarvendriya vivarjitam asaktam sarvavrichaiva nirgunam gunabhoktruja. Sarvendriya gunabhasam. In all the indriyas, it is shining. Shining through the indriyas. What does it mean? We say that the eye of our eyes, the ear of our ears, the heart of our hearts, the mind of our minds, the breath of our breaths, the life of our lives, and the soul of our souls. This is the one. In this shloka, he calls it as Jnaya. This is the one which does not have any eyes, but it sees through the eyes. Whose eyes? Our eyes. No ears at all, but it hears. No nose at all, but it smells. How? Through our indriyas. Sarvendriya guna abhasam. As though it has this guna, even though it does not have that guna. Abhasa means you feel that it is having that guna. Sarvendriya guna abhasam. Sarvendriya vivarjitam. Does it have any indriya? Does this Jnaya or Kshetrajna or Purusha have eyes, ears, nose or any kind of indriyas? It does not have. Sarva indriya vivarjitam. Then asaktam. This word we have already seen once. Mentally detached. Mental detachment, or what we use the word as shama. Shama in Sanskrita is mentally detached from them. Or mind is under your control. That is called as shama. If the indriyas, sense organs, are under the control, then we call this as dhamma. Mind under control is shama, same as asakta. Sarva brit. It is the base for everything. It is the adhara for everything. Sarva brit chaiva nirguna. Does it have any guna? Like we have rajasika, tamasika, sattvika guna. It does not have any such guna or any kind of attributes. We have tall, long hair, big eyes. Like this, we have so many different kinds of attributes. It does not have any attributes at all. Guna, nirguna, guna, bhoktrucha. But it enjoys all these, even though it does not have any attributes, even though it does not have any indriyas. This is the one which enjoys everything. We call it as Sakshi. As a Sakshi, it enjoys everything, even though it does not have any indriyas. It is like we go to the movie theater to watch a movie. Where is it screened? It is shown on a white wall. Movie is screened on that wall. In the movie, there are so many incidents taking place, events taking place. Assume that there is a big fire, forest fire in the movie. Everything is getting burnt. Even some houses are getting burnt, trees are getting burnt, buildings are getting burnt. Okay. After that movie is over, what do you observe? The wall is like that. Did the wall get burnt because of the fire in the movie? No. It looks as though wall is not there at all for us. Do we see the wall? Once the movie started, we completely forget about the wall. Because we are focusing only on the movie. What is behind the movie? Even though we have seen, just before the movie started, I have seen that white wall there. But once the movie started, I completely forget about it. Rather, focus is only so much is there on the movie that we forget about the background there. White wall is existing, I don't even remember that. Just a few seconds back I have seen that, but now I forgot. What happened to the wall? Wall is the same. Whether there is any storm, whether there is any fire or flood in the movie, even though it is on the wall, nothing happens to the wall. Same way here, it is the adhara for everything. Whatever happens, the world, everything is there on that. But nothing happens to it. It enjoys everything. But nothing happens to it. It does not have any attributes. It does not have any sense organs. But it enjoys everything through everything that is existing here. Next shloka. Bahirantascha bhutana acharam charamevacha sukshmatvatada vidyam durastham chantike chatatu. Once again there is doubt how to understand this. Then why all these bodies are needed? Now, assume that I ask you for water. I request you to get me some water. So somebody gives me water. How do they get the water? In a cup. Then I fire. Hey, where did you get a cup? I asked you to get only water. That person will say, JYOTHI has gone mad. Without a cup or some container, how do I get water? Similarly, without any of these world or bodies, how do we understand that? We cannot understand something which does not have any attributes, no indriyas at all. How do you understand that? To understand that, these all are necessary. That is why he says, Sarvendriya Gunabhasam or Sarvata Panipadam. That all these are said only so that we understand it. Otherwise, it is difficult for us to understand about it. If I show my hand and ask you, what do you see now? You will say that hand. We see your hand. How do you see the hand? Through your eyes, of course. If there is no light here, if it is dark here, can you see my hand? But when I ask you what do you see here, you talk about only hand. What about the light because of which the hand is visible? Are you focusing on that? No, we do not focus on the light. We talk about only the hand which is visible. Between the fingers also light is there. But do we see that? We do not see it at all. We do not observe that at all. We take it for granted. Only if it is dark, then we say that no, nothing is visible to us because it is dark. So like that, to understand something which does not have any attributes, we need to go through only this world and this body. So in the shloka, Bahirantascha bhutana, Bahihi antaha, all bhuta, that is everything that is existing is called, use the name bhuta. Bahihi antaha, outside the body is existing, inside the body is existing. That means he is existing everywhere. Bahirantascha bhutana, acharam charamevacha. Again confusing. Acharam, charam. I am the moment, I am not the moment also. Rather, I am there in the moving things and there in the non-moving things also. Both ways it is right. I am there in the moving things and not there in the non-moving things also. As well as I am moving, I am not moving. Both are right. Because we are all moving things. He is there in us. Mountains, not moving. But he is there in that too. That is one aspect of it. Another aspect is, if I say I am going to Hyderabad, I go either by car or by train or by flight. I sit in the car and car goes to Hyderabad. sitting in the car, I am also going to Hyderabad. Am I going just like that? Because the car is going, I am going, isn't it? If you see as such, I am not moving there. Car which is moving. So you can say that I am the one who is not moving at all. In another way to understand, when I reach Hyderabad, what do I say? Oh, Hyderabad has come, Hyderabad has come. In our local languages, we say that, isn't it? Hyderabad vandu, Hyderabad vachindi, Hyderabad vandachi, Hyderabad aa gaya. We talk like this, isn't it? Does it mean Hyderabad has come then? We have gone, isn't it? But the usage is like this. How do we say the sunrise, the sunset? Does the sun rise? Does the sun set? Never. We are the ones, the earth is moving. But the usage is sun rises, sun sets. Similarly, here he says, I am there in the moving things as well as non-moving things. And I am moving, I am not moving. I hope both aspects are clear. Then why don't we understand if he is moving? Sukshmatvad. Because I am existing not in the gross, not as gross, but subtle. That is why avidneyam, not able to understand. For us, what we see, that is only existing. What we don't see, that does not exist. Scientists do not believe in that. Whatever is seen either through the microscope or telescope or something, or the eyes, only that is existing. Otherwise, it is not existing as per science. But here he says, Sukshmatva, I am there in the Sukshma Rupa. So, avidneyam, Durastha cha antike chatat. Far away, yes, I am existing. Nearest, closest, yes, I am existing. We say that Kailasavasa Gangadhara. Where does he reside? He resides in Kailasa. Vishnu resides in Vaikuntha, so far up, 7 mountains. We say that. Now you should use the word, he is staying in Kailasa also. He is staying in Vaikuntha also. Why? He is there everywhere. He is there in me too. So why should I say he resides only in Kailasa? He resides in me. I am he is me. When that is understood, then Dura, yes, he is there. Dura also. That is far out. He is there, Samipa or nearby or Durastha Antike Chatat. Very close. Where? How close is he? He is within me. How can he be far away from me? He is within me. He is me. I am him. Then he is not far at all, because we keep on using the word. We take 1 step, he takes 10 steps towards us. How far is he then? This is all the words which are used when we use this Upasana Yoga, or we use the word Bhakti. In Bhakti, yes, it is acceptable that we put 1 step forward, he comes 10 steps or 100 steps forward. It is said so. Frankly speaking, how can he take 10 steps? He is everywhere. Isn't that is what? Acharam. He does not move at all. Space, you observe space. Space, does it move? Air moves. Space does not move at all. The subtlest among the 5 bhutas, Panchabhutas, is space or ether. Space does not move at all. Subtler than that is this Jnaya or Kshetrajna or Purusha. Next shloka. Shloka number 17. Avibhaktam cha bhuteshu vibhaktamiva cha sthitam bhuta bhartra cha tajneyam rasishnu prabha vishnu cha. Avibhaktam cha bhuteshu vibhaktam iva cha sthitam. Actually, avibhakta, I am avibhakta, that means there is absolutely no division at all. Can you divide space? It is not possible for us to divide space. I can construct a house and say that this space is mine. This is my house. I have paid for this. This is my space. Can you divide the space? Space can never be divided. Remove those, demolish those walls. What happens? Space is existing again there. It does not go anywhere. It cannot move. Space cannot move. It exists. Whether you construct a building or not, it exists there. No division at all for this jnaya. Avibhaktam cha bhuteshu. Even though it is avibhaktam, bhuteshu vibhaktam iva cha sthitam. In all these existing things, it looks as though he is divided and staying. We say that God is there in me. Why do we say? Because we have not yet understood. God is everywhere, which means he is there in me too. I need not specify that at all. There is absolutely no division, but for us to understand, vibhaktam iva, as though he is divided, sthitam bhuteshu, in all bhutas, it looks as though he is divided himself and staying there. So we say that there are so many different people. So we say different gods. How many gods are there? We say some 33 crores or something. That is one aspect of it. But we say that how many other people are there? How many other animals are there? Calculate all of them, add them up together. Those many gods are there. Because everybody is God. Is that sufficient? God is not only in human beings or animals. He is there in everything. Can we count? We can never count. We can never divide him. So he says, even though it is avibhaktam, cannot be divided at all, but vibhaktam iva, as though he is divided, is existing in sthita bhuteshu. It looks as though he is divided. He is not divided. You cannot divide him at all. Then bhuta bhartru. Bhartru means the controller or the maintenance, one who does the maintenance in the form of, we call as Vishnu. Vishnu is the one who does the maintenance or sustainer. Then tat jnayam, that jnaya only Arjuna as Vishnu, grasishnu. Grasishnu means the one who does laya. We say that Rudra or Ishvara or Shiva. So in the form of layakarta. Then Prabha Vishnu, Srishtikarta, sustainer, then Layakarta as well as Srishtikarta. Everything is the same jnaya. There is no difference at all. Even though he is existing everywhere, we say that Vishnu is the sustainer. Shiva is the destructor. Like this we keep on saying that, so that we slowly come to this particular concept that he cannot be divided. He is everywhere. He is not only in Vishnu. He is not only Vishnu. He is me also. He is in me. He is me. I myself am Vishnu. I myself am Shiva. I am Brahma. Aham Brahmasmi. That tattva, that concept, that is the Advaita concept. Not that Dvaita is wrong, Advaita is wrong. From one perspective, Dvaita is right. One perspective, Advaita is right. So it is up to us to accept and move forward, not to argue among each other. You are wrong, I am right, this, that. No. Let us not waste our time and energy in all these stupid kind of arguments. Life is short. So we have to live cheerfully. Want to live cheerfully, peace of mind is necessary. So let us stop arguing with people. Even at home, for some reason we keep arguing. Let us stop arguing. In case it is possible for us to convince somebody, let us do it. Otherwise, better to keep quiet. Shut our mouth and have a peace of mind. Next shloka, shloka number 18. Jyotisham jyoti tamasa paramuchyate. Jnanam jneyam jnanagamyam hrudi sarvasya vishthidam. Jyotisham api tat jyotihi. Among all the jyotis, jyoti is light or that prakash, brightness. This is that is the only jyotihi. Tamasaha param uchyate. It is beyond this darkness. When we observe this kind of jyoti or light, this is the only one light which can make us understand darkness also. Otherwise, how do you know darkness? Wherever there is darkness, to understand that if you want a light, you take a torchlight. To understand what darkness is, what happens? darkness vanishes. The moment you bring some brightness there, darkness disappears. One day, God Surya wanted to get married to Nisha, the goddess of night or darkness. So he went there. The moment he went there, Nisha disappeared. Nisha could not be there at all wherever Surya appears. So he went to different places, but unfortunately he could not get married. This is what our Purana says. Because wherever Surya is there, Nisha cannot be there. Darkness cannot be there. Then how do we understand darkness? Because there is one Jyoti here inside, because of which, through which we are able to understand it is dark. This is the unique quality of this kind of Jyoti, which shows that this is darkness. Otherwise, through any other, this is called Antar Jyoti. This we have seen in the 5th chapter also, Antar Jyoti. Only because of this, our Indriyas are working. We are able to understand. Without that, even though organs are there, they are of no use. So he says, Jyotisham api tat jyotihi. Among all the jyotis, this is tat jyotihi. Tamasaha para uchyate. It is beyond this darkness. Jnanam jneyam jnana gamyam. Hridi sarvasya vishtitam. This kind of jnana, jneya, what is to be understood, that is called jneya. Jnana gamyam. What is our destination? All these Hridi sarvasya vishtitam. In everybody's heart, it is there. But it is covered. There is a beautiful veil. Very thick veil, not a thin veil. If it is a thin veil, we can see through that. This is very thick veil. So because of this veil, we are not able to see that particular kind of Jyoti at all. Even though it is existing within us, even though it is existing everywhere. It is not only in this particular person, that particular person, or this object, that object. No, it is there in everything. It is there in the space. Are we able to see that? Are we able to understand that it is existing here? If we understand, then it is only bliss. With whom do we fight? What anxiety is there? Because everywhere we see only that Parabrahma, then it is pure bliss only, absolute bliss. There is nothing else. That is what this Antar Jyoti does for us. So we must have trust in Krishna's words. With that Shraddha, with that faith, when we follow his words, then that light becomes brighter and brighter within. So that everywhere, wherever there is darkness, everything is vanished. Everything, such kind of darkness means not the absence of light. Everything becomes dark for us whenever we are having any anxiety about anything, tension about something. There are so many hurdles. Such hurdles will not exist at all. Such tension, anxiety, everything will be simply washed off. Once this Antar Jyoti becomes so bright. So in Bhagavadgita Upanishad, there is a beautiful dialogue between Yajnavalkya and Janaka. We have seen already once. In the next session, once again we will see that what is that dialogue between Janaka Maharaja, Rajarshi Janaka Maharaja and Yajnavalkya, which appears in Bhagavadgita Upanishad. We will see it in the next class. Let us trust the words of all the saints who say that Namasmarana, just hold on to Namasmarana. That is like a beautiful boat or a ship which by sitting on which you can easily cross over this samsara sagara. So why not we have that trust and faith in this words of these saints and then chant Namasmarana with full love. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram.